They're the most important part of a car, apart from the driver, of course, yet they are also the most overlooked car part.
Or your car tires are the only thing that connect your car with the ground, and keeping them in tip-top form will ensure a smooth and safe ride on the roads.
To share tyre safety and maintenance tips with us this morning is tyre expert Ler Hwee Tiong, MD of Tyrepac, Asia's first tyre portal.
Be a good workout too. Sorry, I missed.
Good morning, Ler.
I just realized something. There is a real big difference between different tires. Some are a lot heavier, some are very light.
They all look alike to me.
Yeah.
They're all black.
Yeah.
So what does the weight mean?
An average tire would be about 10 to 15 kilo. Yeah, but something like this, which is run flat, which with reinforced sidewall, you'll be heavier by another 2 or 3 kilo.
Okay. So let's talk first about maybe bad tires.
Okay.
The ones that you should not driving. Like what do they look like? I think we have some
They're bald?
pictures we can bring them up.
They're usually
See,
both.
I don't know these things.
But yeah, really, what should you be looking out for in terms of when you look at your car tire? What should you look out for?
Well, the picture that we're showing here is one which has worn right down to the tire wear indicator. Yeah, you can see that it's practically bald.
Okay,
So
so all the
the
grooves
tire
are
wear
missing.
indicator.
The next one that you're looking at is not only worn, but it has worn skewed to one side. In fact, the cord is already showing. So this would be practically dangerous.
Because it wouldn't give enough traction.
It could result
basically.
in a blowout.
Wow.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So these are definitely there. In this one,
Yeah, this one not very clear, but if you look closely, you can see that the sidewall has been chipped off. So it has probably happened because of riding on the curb, against the curb, or something like that.
Or you may have scratched against some
Yeah.
sharp object without
Yeah.
knowing. So all
And-
these, I guess, would mean the tire could burst at any time, right?
Yes, and of course the sidewall is something that we have to be careful all the time because it's the weakest part of the tire.
Right.
and so like I've known somebody told me this that even though like these things can happen to your tires, they're almost worn, but some tires also have inbuilt protection systems. You can still get to your mechanic,
Right.
even though your tire is
Okay,
like kind of
and
damaged.
that's the one that we're looking at here. This would be what we call a run flat tire. It has reinforced sidewall so that the tire doesn't collapse under the weight in the instance of a puncture. Yeah.
Okay.
Meaning you can still drive with it?
Yes, you can drive usually about 80 kilometer to 100 kilometer, but at control speed.
Okay, so just enough to get you to the workshop.
That's right.
So this is a run flat tire, as you mentioned. There's
Yes.
also racing tires, right?
Yes, the next one that we are looking at on the side.
Is that this one? That's the racing tire?
Yes,
Put it up.
this would not be an all-out racing tire, but this is what we classify.
How can you
as-
tell? Is it from the...
Number one, from the way it's treaded, it is very aggressive. Yeah. This kind of tires usually only has one objective in mind, that is to have maximum grip on the ground.
Okay.
So maximum traction. The compounding will be very soft, and you can see that there are a lot of heavy grooving.
Okay.
So all the grooves here.
Is this like the with Formula One tires, sort of they start melting a little bit when after they've warmed up?
Not so much for this, but yes, they will start melting.
Okay.
And they usually don't last very long.
Okay.
All right.
So those are two types of tires.
Yeah, I think we
and-
also have some pictures about what good tires should look like, and
Yes,
like there are different types of good tires. Maybe we can bring up some of those pictures right now
Sure.
and take a look at them. I think there are 3 different types of tires. I'm learning new things today. Directional,
Directional,
symmetric, and
and
asymmetric. What's
symmetric.
this one?
Well, this one is a symmetrical tire. You can see that the tread is designed in a groove, wave-like pattern. So we call it symmetrical. And tires like this has got one objective, which is comfort.
Okay. So this is what
comfortable
most
ride.
cars would probably have,
Yeah,
right?
most cars will probably go with one of
This
these.
one is
This one is what we call an asymmetric tire. It attempts to combine performance tire and comfort. So you can see that on one side it is pretty aggressive, on the other more comfort.
When you say comfort, you mean like a smoother ride, or
Quieter ride.
a quieter ride?
And this one's directional. What does
Yes,
this one mean?
and directional tire has one objective in mind, that is to drain water away from the tire as quickly as possible.
Okay.
So you can see all the grooves are designed in one direction.
Okay, so that's only for going forward. You can't go backwards.
Yeah, if you mount this tire, you got to mount it forward, pointing forward.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and I mean, there's so many tires. I mean, how do you really begin to choose one that's suitable?
We always say know your own characteristics. If you're aggressive, you want a little bit more performance, you probably go with a directional. If you're somebody who's just drive around in Singapore, something comfort, so a symmetrical tire.
A symmetrical tire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so now we've got a tire here as an example. There's of course a lot of numbers and figures on
Yeah.
that. How do you read a tire?
Well, of course, that was what we were talking about just now about the tread pattern. But actually, there are a lot of information on the tire sidewall. Besides the brand and the pattern, the first thing that you need to do is look at the tire size. Now, this would be as good as the shoe size. You need to know this in order to buy a set of tires. Now, 225, 50, 70 in this case. 225 would be the width of the tire. 50 is actually what we call an aspect ratio, is expressed as a percentage of the tire width. So you'll be 50% of 225 is the sidewall height. And then 17 will be the size of the rim. 17 inches.
So is this like sort of an average tire that we're looking at, or slightly bigger than?
Yeah, this would be something for a luxury saloon.
Okay.
So bigger cars need obviously bigger tires, slightly wider.
Yes. Yeah. And of course, like you know, bigger cars need wider tires, heavier load carrying. So what is important here is also the next few numbers and alphabet 94W. So this actually tells you the weight that you can carry, the maximum weight you can carry. 94 in this case, if you look on one of the side wall, you will tell you the maximum load. In this case, 670 kilo per tire. So it translates to something like 2,200 odd.
Now, one of the other key questions is, how do you know how much or how far to inflate your tires? You go to the gas station, on that meter there are all sorts of numbers, and you know, how do you know what to do?
There are three ways to measure pressure: kilopascal, kPa, pound per square inch, psi, or just bar. Most petrol stations will have all reflected. So what you want to know is remember one of them. But if you don't know how much to inflate, open your car driver's side car door. It should be on the side seal.
There should be some information telling you how far to inflate. What is the average? Let's say I've got this device here which has kPa. What is the average kPa for a normal, you know?
An average car would be around 200 to 220.
Which is what I inflate my tires to after.
It's like a normal sedan for.
You can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with that. So should front tires be inflated more, back tires be inflated more?
Not necessarily.
It's
For
okay
Singapore
for a small
roads,
car.
I think all around.
I mean, we've got these different gauges now in my hand. This one, obviously, you just sort of put it into the nozzle. It will show you the pressure. This other one here, how does this one work?
Well, this is a tire tread depth gauge. What you do is...
it's not even for measuring the pressure. I've got a totally...
Steve, that's a question that I would ask.
What you do is one of these is you stick this out, put it on the tread and shove it down. And you'll be able to read off the tire depth. In this case, probably new tire about 8 millimeter. Yeah, but really, most people wouldn't have one of these. So what you want to do is just take out a nickel or coin, stick it in there, look at it eye level, and measure it against your ruler.
So if there's no depth, you know it's bad news, right?
Yeah.
Let's move on next.
I have to ask you, just overinflating or underinflating, how does that affect the fuel efficiency of your car? Because I mean, that's a big point for a lot of people.
Yeah, most manufacturers would have recommended inflation pressure. What you want to do is follow that. Of course, if you travel long distance, we do recommend that you pump it up 1 or 2 psi more.
And it makes your car run more fuel efficiently? Why is that so?
Well, not so much. If you really want to be fuel efficient, you want to go with a narrower tire, because the wider the contact area, the more friction, and it's more fuel consuming.
But then you shouldn't be going as fast, because the stability and road holding is not, so there is a compromise. Is there a general rule for how often you should change your tires?
What I'm going to show you is the tire wear indicator. Is usually on, you can see it over here. This would be, the protrusion is about 1.6 millimeter, and you want to change before it hits that mark. Yeah.
Wow.
So how often is that? Roughly, is there a gauge?
Most tire would last you 45,000 kilometers or so.
If you're a regular driver, you don't drive.
Yeah,
so if you drive the car every day to work, you know. All right, unfortunately, we have run out of time. There are still more things to learn. I guess when so next time you go change your car tire. That's why there's such a large price range in the kind of tires you have available.
Yeah, well, feel a little less ignorant this morning. Our guest this morning, Ler Hwee Tiong, MD of Tyrepac, Asia's First Tyre Portal. It's organising a car park tyre sale from the 22nd to the 24th of May at Turf City in Singapore, so you can check out the range of tyres there and learn more about which ones best suit your car.
And your driving habits as well. On that note, we're going to wrap up Primetime Morning for this Wednesday, 20th of May, but join us tomorrow for another exciting show.
That's right. Keep it here, Primetime Morning, and with Channel News Asia, where the news continues. You have a good day now.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.